in July, 3 months, about 3 weeks post, and all of a sudden I just had horrible neuropathy pain in the left leg, worse than before.
Wow.
They tested everything, you couldn't find the cause, and
How is it now?
pretty painful.
Oh, wow.
I feel I'm burning karma.
Yes, you are.
But I've got my pain and some energy worker I saw last week who does something bone work with the hands on. When I went to see the surgeon, no one ever touched her even much with the leg. They just looked at all the x-rays.
Right.
It hasn't moved. I was like, well, look at the swelling at the knee and the hip.
Yeah.
The nerves, because something happened.
Yeah.
They don't want to ignore it.
No, it's never.
Let's test the sound again.
Okay.
So, Polly, we want to see if you can hear in the moment when she speaks.
Hi, Tashidile. Hi.
I can hear you just fine.
Oh, that's
Okay.
perfect. Wow, that's good.
Okay.
That's great.
I don't hear anything now. I don't hear you. Did you turn something off? Am I supposed to hear something? Say something. Nothing. Now I hear it.
Oh, hi, Tashidile. Can you hear me?
What?
Can you hear me? Hi, we are going to
Yes,
live in a few minutes.
I can hear you now.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you too. And if we can get everybody. Oh, thank you. Yeah. This is miracle working.
The IT person. Good noise.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it right here on this. Kathy, good to see you. This is. Venerable Susan Giselle, and this is Venerable Young Mama.
Hi. Thank you for coming.
Okay. I'm Diane.
Yeah,
Sign
everyone
turn
has
off,
their cell
yeah.
phone, which is silent. Standard announcement.
Right.
It's missing, I always.
Sorry.
Everybody's coming from different directions. So.
They're coming from Gregory. They're coming from 2 miles away.
And you're from, and you all are from.
You live in Florida.
Mm.
Yeah.
And where is that?
Small town. No.
And who's the teacher there? What?
Linda resides there.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
We talked about.
It's there. You can use this with next year before the film. You can put the Q code on. We've already got like 7 movies.
Hinmo,
Yes.
when it starts, are you gonna be in it? Because I can only see half of you.
Mhm.
If you're talking to me, I can't.
Okay, now can you hear me, Kelly?
Okay.
Can't hear, can barely hear you.
Oh,
I can hear somebody else though. Someone else is loud and clear, but you're not.
Oh,
That must be air conditioning. We're solving technical problems.
Can't understand you, but
Elevator.
it's very low,
Hmm.
very, very low.
it's okay now.
Well, I can hear whoever said okay now, but I can't.
Oh.
Holly, you're only really gonna be able to hear the speaker, not me.
Oh, okay. All right. As long as that's the way it's supposed to be. Hi, Tita.
Hey, hi, Allison.
Hi.
I'm driving, so I'm not going to talk. Bye.
Hi. I should mute myself too, probably.
Yes. Hello.
Oh,
Okay. You want to do the introduction? Yeah.
oh. Book is there. Book. Okay. Book. Okay, let me get it. It's okay, fine. I got something here. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi.
Okay, we'll begin.
And you need to be standing next to
Yes.
us. so it's-
Come and stand next to
Please.
my sister here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, welcome everybody here in Gray and online. We're very happy this evening, Tashi Getzeling and Vajradakini Nunnery to co-sponsor this wonderful talk by our wonderful visiting nun sister all the way from Arunachal Pradesh, which is the high Himalayas next to Bhutan, east of Bhutan. It used to be the south of Tibet. I first met Venerable Gendon Namu in the airport in Delhi. We were both traveling solely to go to Hong Kong to the Sakya-Dita International Conference for Buddhist Women in 2017. I had already checked in and I saw her and I thought, good for her, because you almost never see a Himalayan or Tibetan nun by herself traveling. And I said, I want to support that nun. And then she caught my eye and she said, wait. I said, don't worry, I'm right here. So lo and behold, we were on the same flight to Hong Kong, not seated next to each other then, but happy to have found traveling companions. And when we arrived at Hong Kong, she said, let me stick with you. I said, definitely, let's stick together. We got to the registration at the University of Hong Kong to only discover that we'd already been assigned as roommates.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we connected again in this life to continue our good work and came to find out we both have a very strong passion for women, girls, and especially nuns education. And I've always felt like when I asked my teacher if I could take the vows, that would be a strength I could bring from the West to the East to promote that this is the time now that all people, especially girls and nuns who have traditionally been denied secular education as well as spiritual education, to come up in the 21st century. And so Gendon told me, I want you to come to Arunachal Pradesh. And so then in 2018, I was traveling with our lay sister, Sister Kate, who's also here in Maine. The three of us went up to Arunachal Pradesh to learn about this beautiful project that had started up for nuns and girls, a young nuns and girls school that goes to class 8, started by Gendon's teacher. And we committed that we will work together in partnership to support this project. And Gendon's been studying for her doctorate in Buddhist philosophy. She already holds 2 master's degrees. She began her formal education at the age of 14. She joined the nunnery at the age of 9 when she took her family and her village hostage, insisting she should become a nun when her parents had denied her for 3 years since she was 6 by sneaking out of the house at midnight and hiding in the scariest tree in the village. And when her family woke up and she was missing, everyone turned out calling Gendun Namu for hours until her father said, "It's fine now. You just come out. You can go to that nunnery, but don't you ever leave it. You stay a nun." True story. Can't make this stuff up. It's better than fiction. So when I heard, over the years, when I've heard this story, I've done things to support letting people know about her. We made a short video documenting more of her own biography story of how she joined her auntie at the nunnery, who was considerably older, but she was never offered any education. The nuns were really just taught how to read some prayers, really pretty probably memorizing rotely the prayers. We'll let them come in that back door. This was the elevator. So she had never had any formal education, never learned to read or write, hold a pencil. And at the age of 14, she accompanied a cousin sister of hers to a big class entrance exam. And the teacher assumed she was there to take it. And they said, "Do you want to take it?" And she said, "Yes." They handed the pencil and she said, "Well, what do I do with that?" And all the kids laughed at her. And she said, "No, I'm serious." She said, "I don't know, but you ask me the questions, I'll tell you the answers." Luckily, only 22 students came for a class that could seat 43. The teacher said, "I'm going to let you start, but you're going to have to work really hard." So she was 14, finished her high school studies by the age of 18. She had to learn Hindi, English. She had learned Tibetan at the nunnery. Her native language is Monpa. There are many tribal languages, over 30 tribal languages up in this area of Arunachal Pradesh. So an incredibly industrious, studious student, and someone who has the most loving heart. I've seen Gendon only twice irritated, but never angry in our 8 years of friendship. So she finished her studies. She went to Delhi University. She did very well there. She finished 2 master's degrees in Buddhist history and philosophy. And then they offered her a place to do her doctorate. And she's doing that now, and was just recently appointed the principal of this nuns and girls school. So she's got these 200 young ones under her tutelage as she finishes her dissertation. And she told me she finished a successful defense, so that's a big thing. Her topic that she did her dissertation on was going and doing a cultural field study of all the nunneries from far northern Himalayas of Ladakh all the way over to Sikkim, the Far East, and in between to Arunachal Pradesh, the northern regions of India, visiting how many nunneries?
55.
55 nunneries, interviewing 1,000.
Interviewing almost 100 nuns.
How many?
100 nuns.
100 nuns, like the
Almost
heads of the
interviewing. Yeah,
nunneries.
heads of the nunneries.
And trying to capture the history of the nuns, like they've been there, or how long have they been there? Some have really been there for hundreds of years, but no one's ever tried to document this before. It certainly is an extensive categorization or catalog of nunneries, but as far as we know, it's the first time someone's really tried to undertake this. So we all say thank you for that, for everything.
Thank you.
So we're very happy that Gendon is here as part of the Tashi Getseling visiting women and leaders in Buddhism. We got a grant from the Lens Foundation, and we're very happy now to be able to bring many leading nuns from India here to Maine. Last year we brought nuns from Jiangchu Choling who did a San Mandala at Bates College. We brought 2 nuns, a Geishima who was one of the first classes in the Geishima to get the PhD in Buddhist philosophy through the monastic system. And we brought another nun from Ladakh and did some speaking tours in Maine. And then we had a very high Tibetan healing nun who started the Ladakh Nuns Association visiting with us. Of course, Kenmo and I are so happy not to be the only ones in Maine who are constantly confused by the lay people we run into for each other. Aren't you that? Oh, there's more than one? And I have to also say we're so happy and so blessed to have Kenmo Dromala, because she's the first Western nun outside of the Tibetan tradition and the Drikung Kagyu to be ordained, or to be, can I say ordained, or named as a Kenmo, which means the head of a Buddhist nunnery, of a Tibetan Buddhist nunnery, which is really located over in Dehradun in India. But she's also got project here through Vajradakini nunnery, bringing her nuns to experience the West and to train them and get them comfortable becoming more prominent leaders in their own right. So very fortunate. We're not a lot of nuns by any means in the Tibetan Buddhist Vajrayana tradition, but we are quite dynamic, I have to say, with all humility. Not myself, but the nuns that I'm privileged to be in the robes with and call my sisters. I won't cry now, but I feel very, very humbled and grateful. And want to say also thank you to our teachers, to His Holiness the Dalai Lama, to His Holiness Chetson Rinpoche, to His Eminence Kensor Rinpoche Lobsang Seton, who many of us met here in Maine. We really have to say these are pure dedication from the Buddhist lamas to hold up the nuns and the women's role in Buddhism and really encourage that everybody who has a mind can attain. So without further ado, thank you, Gendama.
Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the beautiful introduction, and thank you so much for coming, all of you. So I pay my homage to the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. 강에 도전에 좀에 따와 담제고 담배 춘이 던전에 고담데 라차차노. Thanks to everyone. I'm very great honor to be here and Man Library, and thank you so much, Kimala, for hosting this beautiful event for me and Anida Silla, and you have been incredible for my life since we met. Thank you so much for your unconditional love and support. Thank you. So yeah, Anida Silla already introduced all my life story, so I'm not going to further introduce anymore. I will be going to sharing pictures of my school and our kids. Yeah, and currently I'm appointed as the principal of the girls' school. So I'm going to showing the pictures. So the sure. And today my topic is on the empowering girls through education, which is the biggest theme of my life. Thank you. And this is me. This is my younger sister, and she's my auntie, and becoming again the Lama's nun. And this is my nunnery. It's called Singsar Konba. It's located in Tawang, in Arunachal Pradesh, northeast India. It's between southern part of Tibet and east of Bhutan. Yeah, and it's called Singsar Anigonpa. So I grew up here. And I joined here at the age of 9, as Ani Dasala mentioned about it. And this is our school where I'm working now as a principal. It's called TCBB Thuptan Cheling Balika Vidyalaya. This is the only school for girls and nuns in our region. So till 2015, there's no any education center, proper education center for the girls in general, particularly for the nuns in our region. But we are so fortunate to have His Eminence 13th Sonar Rinpoche is my root guru, and my Rinpoche is the incarnation of the Vinaya author Kunchen Sherab Sangpo of the 15th century, and he always have concern about the education for the girls and particular for the nuns. And he's the founder of my nunnery, and he's founder of many institutions and nunneries and monasteries. So I've mentioned few names of the institution and monastery here. The Kanjarap Killing is the one of the biggest his monastery. It's located in Bomdila in West Kameng, and the Central Institute of Himalayan Culture is where I graduated from class 9 to BA. The Bachelor of Study here, and Shanti Deva School. It's for the Boys and Buddhist Culture Preservation Society. he founded this non-profit society, and the Singchur Nanis, my Nunnery and Craft Center. We have Rahung Monastery, Dormalhagang, and Gorzamchut and Tuttancheling Balika Vittalaya, and many more he have established. And but unfortunately, we lost him. He demised suddenly in 2014, and then since then we are facing extremely so many challenges after his passing. And yeah, currently we have 155 students, but our school is stand for the 200. And out of this the morning during the morning assembly, out of 155, we have 14 nuns, the young nuns. These young nuns are the first ever nun they get education at the proper education center. Yeah, we have a student ages between 4.5 to till 16 years. So it's a class from KG to 8th grade we have. And yeah, becoming a nun, how become a nun? It's in our region. It's like I divide it into the 4 category: personal choice and financial constraint and societal and peer pressure. And I'm sorry. Yeah, because there are the girls, the young girls, they send the nunnery to the out of pressure sometime, out of the social bias also. Because for my concern, I have been raising this voice. The girls' choices should, they have to have their right to choose to become a nun, not any pressure. And you know, and many because of the most of the nuns comes from the underprivileged family. Yeah, and then it's, as we all know, that the rich families, I mean the kids, they never want to become a monastic. They feel the underprivileged should be go to the nunnery and monastery to become a monastic. So, and sometimes they make a very weird comments. You know, you are not unattractive to be a lay person, and sometimes you are not physically capable for the working in the farm. So it's in like same like my case. So when I want to become a nun, because I was compared to my elder sister, but because my elder sister always get sick, she was not healthy as me, because my parents always wanted to become a nun as her, because she's not capable of physical work, and I was able to. But now she's a mother of 3 children, and I was meant to be a nun. So as Anila introduced, as I escaped from home at early in the morning, 3 o'clock, because we were fighting with my sister that because my parents were support for her to become a nun, but I was always wanted to become a nun myself. And these are our children, beautiful children in our school. So during my visit in the class, sometime I do giving them a surprise visit, how they are doing. And sometimes we go for activities outside the school, nearby to village, some program and some teaching if they are going on. We take our children by walking. Yeah, these are the children. And she's the youngest. She's just 4.5. And yeah, this is our beautiful kitchen, and they're having their meal, and our beautiful cooks and serving their food. And yeah, so to study in the school hostel. So yeah, we keep our nuns in a different room. We keep our girls in a different room. These are how they study after class. So it's kind of evening study before they go to bed. And yeah, these are extra help the teachers are giving for the youngest one. And yeah, these are some of them are in classroom, some of them are in their hostel. She's our youngest nun in the school. She's just 5.5. Yeah, they're having morning tea. actually their day start from the 5:30 in the morning, and then right after 5:30 they have to go for the morning prayer. After finishing their morning prayer, we are serving them with the black tea. Sometimes if we have cookies, we give them. If we don't have, just tea to get them fresh before they start their study. And yeah, this year we received donated books, and then this is the largest book we ever received. So these are very beautiful people who donated money to buy books, and I purchased from Delhi all the way to Delhi to send Arunachal Pradesh, because which just takes 2 weeks to reach. And we thank all the beautiful donors, the generosity, them for kindness. Our teachers are so happy to receive, and they're holding their books with the very happiness. And yeah, we have our parents teacher meetings, PTM, and you can see the different pictures here, kids with their parents and kids without parents, because we receive orphans also in our school, and the nuns with their nun caretaker, because nuns, their parents never come to see, because the nuns live in the nunnery when they have vacations. So the nuns have to be their parents now. And yeah, the nuns vacation time, it's called. Our nuns never have vacation or not, because in the 12 months they stay at the school for 10 months, and two months they stay in the nunnery, the nuns, because the parents, they just put in send to the nunnery, and then they hardly come and see the nuns, the daughters. So this is the how we live with nunnery. She's caretaker of her, and during vacation they don't have like vacation actually. In the school they have to go through all the textbook and curriculum, the schools, and then when nunnery they have to learn the rituals and attending the talk we call prayer, and sometimes they have fun. And yeah, enhancing the girls' education, this is a little different story. So for me, I observing the certain families who are like facing with the financial program, who extremely facing the financial problem before having our school. So I took initiative to help the girls with my own scholarship and with the help of my teacher and some of my friends. And then I started with these 3 girls, and now I have 20 girls who are studying in the Dharamsala and in 3 different schools. Yeah. Yeah, they are going home vacation, because it's very difficult to take them vacation holiday for every year. It's too far. It's Himachal up to the Arunachal. It's very long. So I have to take them sometime in 2 years, sometime in 3 years. Yeah, empowering the girls through education has been the biggest theme of my life, because I witnessed that girls are not given the same opportunity as boys in the rural area. And it is seen that most of the women are working in the road construction and doing other such odd jobs. And today I'm very happy that I can able to have opportunity to guide that approximately 200 young girls and nuns. I'm so happy. Because their future closely lie on my shoulder now. And so, however, to make these young girls educated, so I need blessings and any possible support from all of you. And yeah, these are the health checkup conducted by the Indian military forces in our school, because right now our major challenge is the lack of health facilities, clinic facilities in our school. The military, these groups, they help us in a while, sometimes twice in a year, which is not enough, of course. And then we're having a lot of children, and then it's common for the kids to fall sick 2 or 3 every day. Every day, yeah, it's very challenging. It's very challenging. And to take them for the checkup, health checkup, we have to drive hour to reach the medical for checkup. And then in the meantime, in between that, sometimes it's often they get, ill, very worse, and then it's create more challenging for us. Yeah. So I'll finish. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening for patient for my presentation, and I hope you all like my pictures, PPT, and thank you. This is the where I work now, and then I would like to go with some Q&A. Thank you so much for being so patient, so bright. Thank you.
So put the lights on for the.
Yeah, sure.
So in the hostel, do you have older women as mother figures for the little girls, or do the older nuns take care of the little girls?
We have in our school we have 10 teaching staff and 11 non-teaching staffs, and among that 6 are the girls caretaker. We have a woman are there, yes, and 4 nuns, and the nuns are taking care. Yes, yeah. Thank you.
Curious, when you establish your health clinic, are you envisioning, do you have like a nurse who stays at the nunnery with you, or what will that be like when you have?
Yeah, actually, we are figuring out for that to establish a health clinic within the school's premises, and we actually talk about who are the retired nurse, so who can come and help us, and then we can pay a little bit as much as we can. And then, yeah, we are planning for that. Yes.
When you were looking at all of the nunneries across that area, what would you say are the biggest challenges right now?
Biggest challenge is still education system. There are many nunneries are well established also in the education basis, but most of the, maybe I can say 80%, the nuns, they don't get the well education in the Himalayan region, especially in the rural area. And then if the lamas are established on the same time, like the monastery established, but monastery have well established now, but nunnery is still underdeveloped. The nuns, yeah, I found one of the most challenging, because I have been concerned myself as education is very important.
So what future opportunities do the girls have as nuns beyond? Would they then go possibly to more education?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's the first thing that comes to mind, but what other kinds of goals?
Well, if once we are educated, and there are many doors will open for you. It's been having very challenging for the nuns, because even when you disrupt from the nunnery, because of you are not holding any degree, any education, and you have very limited opportunities, and then I've seen our former nuns who were working only in the road construction and other in the restaurant. And then when I asked them, we have no degree, and we have no opportunity, we have no education. And so this is to establish this school is to open more doors. And then they can be anything, and then we will be there for them, for their higher education, any college. And then some of them they want to do doctorate, and some of them they want to do doctor, some of them they want to do Indian the scientist, and yeah, they have, and they got this much confidence now. Yeah.
I was wanting to know when you were showing the pictures of when they went home,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of interactions do the girls have with their parents and their family when they go to the nunnery? Do they cut all ties, or do they maintain relationships so that when they're out of the nunnery, do they go home and contribute to their home base, or how does that work? I don't.
It's very easy. It's very open, because parents can come if they want, and then sometimes nuns, the younger nuns, if they really want to go, then they can go also. Yes, and then it's not totally cut off. But hardly parents they visit, but we cannot force them to come and see your daughter because they already offer to the nunnery. Yeah. Yes.
I was just curious, thinking about what you said in terms of opportunities for boys and girls in rural areas. So, in
Arunachal Pradesh, yes.
does India provide school in theory? Does it provide school for all kids? So if you live in a rural area, whether you're a boy or a girl, would there be a school for you to go to, or is that not?
We do have our government schools, but many schools are shut up now because of the parents, the family, they have money, they send their kids to the private school, and then the leftover are not no one is looking after them, so we are here for them. Yeah.
You didn't see any teenage girls. What happens to the girls as they get older when they become teenagers?
We provide them till class 8. After that, it's their wish. If they go to the girls, if they want to go for the higher secondary, and then it's their wish, and then we are helping them. We are helping them continually for their education. Yes.
So
And then nuns, they
is
stay in
12 or
nunnery.
13. How old are the 8th graders?
8th graders are mostly they are 14, 15, and our eldest is she is 16 years old.
So some of the girls must be interested in boys.
Maybe.
Well, that's why, I don't know if you caught it, but that's why the nuns live in a separate dormitory, because the nuns
Yeah.
and the girls can just be girls. And they have breakfast and they socialize together and play sports together, but typically when they go off into their personal spaces, it's a very different world in the dormitory for the nuns versus the dormitory for the girls. Well, the nuns hold vows, right?
Yeah.
The girls don't. The girls are generally quite devout, already lay practitioners, because they're all doing prayers early in the morning every day together. Right. Part of His Holiness the Dalai Lama's thinking is the nuns probably, it's going well. There are more nuns like now than when Gendon was a nun and when she started. There are many more little nuns because this education is there. But many more still are going to be secular Buddhists, and they will become the mothers of the next generation. And if they are trained from a young age with great respect, they will hold the Buddhist ethic ethos within the families, and that's the foundation of the social structure. So it's quite brilliant, actually. The point isn't that everyone needs to become a nun and renounce when they're young. Even when they get older as a teenager, they might decide to give the vows back. There's a way to do that properly with respect. But until then, everyone's going to get those foundational years. There's an old Christian saying, give me the boy at 7 and I'll show you the man at 18 or something like that. So these are like, it's win-win for everybody. And they're all just so delightful,
Mm.
so respectful.
Yes.
Yep. Really, it's amazing what you're offering them. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, in answer to the question that Kenmo asked about education, so do I understand that yours is one of the few schools that is available to
Nuns?
to nuns?
Yeah. This is the only school for the nuns in our region, entire region. Yeah, this established it took 20 years to build the buildings for my teacher because he had not much money. He just saved little money from his teaching, and then he invest all his money to this school. And then it started from 1995 and then established in 2015. So it took time for him. And until that, nuns never had. If nuns wants to go to school, they had to go government school nearby, which is we have to work hours to reach the school. Yeah.
And probably it's similar at our nunnery and some of the other nuns in our region. As you were saying,
Mm-hmm.
if the children can't work in the field, for instance, if they're handicapped,
Mm-hmm.
there's no
Yes.
place for them, so they would take them,
Mm-hmm.
to the local nunnery. If a family is alcoholic and it's not
Yes.
caring for their kids, someone might bring the children to the nunnery. And if there's an earthquake or a flood, girls are in danger of being trafficked. So if they're safely in the nunnery, they can grow up and have an education. So they're protected in so many ways.
Yes. Yeah, parents are sending to nunnery also to receive some education. Yeah, and then till 2015, in our region, we have 3 nunneries and with approximately 200 nuns. And then till 2015, we could not provide any education for the younger nuns.
And sorry, just to highlight this, I want to make the point that the biggest continual monastery in
Yes.
India is in Taiwan, with over 400 to 600 monks consistently.
Yeah.
And I think when we say no education, it means you might be taught how to say 21 times, not to read it.
Just
Yeah.
repetition.
Really no education is really no
Yes.
education.
Yeah, in nunnery they just taught only basic things like how to read, and then we don't understand because Tibetan language is not the main language. We have our own dialect which is not in Tibetan. Script is same, but we don't understand Tibetan. And then they just taught only the ritual things. So yeah, this is the only that. And then the monks, they have been receiving the education since long, but nuns never till 2015. So this is the Thuptan Shwiling Balika is the only school for the nuns till now. Yeah.
The nuns support themselves or
Nuns, in the nunnery, they depend on their rituals. They go to the village for the ritual performance, and then whatever they receive. And then in Tawang, we have to build our house ourselves. It's not by the government help. And then it's depend on our donation a little bit, whatever the local community give. And then we're living in a very minimal life.
Sometimes the military is quite.
Yeah, in school, yes, military, they are quite supportive for sometimes they come and provide some rice and many other things also, and the local villagers, they offer some vegetables and all.
Is it my understanding that the Dalai Lama has more recently ordained nuns? Is that a recent thing? Or is there a step that these girls can take so that they could be ordained by the Dalai Lama too?
They are ordained. It's not that necessary to. Yeah, it's very good. Everyone want to ordain from His Holiness or many lamas, but there are many lamas in Tawang, so we can ordain from them. So these nuns are ordained. Yeah.
But But to that point, Heidi, they can go for vacation.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
Brenda decided to do her doctorate in philosophy, and after, I'm sure she was asked to do vacation. But these students, surely some of them will become vacationalists.
Yes, yes. So we are
We're
still,
gonna give
yeah.
them permissions.
Mhm.
Anyone can become a vacationer, any tradition of the four lineages in this subsects can go for vacational.
But only Bhutan is given full ordination.
For the
on
Bhikkhuni,
that continent.
Mhm.
So, then when we see, in Sangha issues, there's not an equal voice yet.
Mm.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
Patience,
Mhm.
and persistence, joyful effort. But it's much better than before. So, I mean, clearly in Tibet, there really weren't nunneries. I mean, there were nuns, there were practitioners, definitely, but to the point of His Holiness ordaining, it's true, this is probably the first Dalai Lama who has ordained so many nuns, definitely the most nuns, I'd say, overall, because that wasn't really happening in Tibet.
But normally you take ordination within your lineage from the highest Lama in the area.
Do you think, was Rikon Kagyu ordaining nuns up in Tibet? Or anybody, Karmaka? I don't know, I can't say
Yes.
it for nameless, but
Yeah,
yeah, I think some of the pockets,
yeah, there
it
are
was
pockets.
happening, yeah, in the Nyingma for sure. Like the biggest still thriving community in Tibet is being led by a woman. There are like 10,000, 20,000 nuns and nuns. She is the leader. She's quite extraordinary. So yeah, I mean, we have reasons to say the butter lamp's burning brighter.
I didn't understand you saying that Bhutan is the only place where.
Bhutan took the first step because of the queen.
Of course.
She insisted that her son arrange a full ordination. So full ordination gives you decision-making power over Sangha and allows nuns to ordain nuns and conduct monastic ceremonies.
Exactly.
But now the nuns aren't able to do that.
Actually, that's very much like the Episcopal Church.
Yeah.
Which didn't ordain women until whatever it was.
70s.
That's right. And there was the same sense that there were so many valuable women who were unable to be priests, even though they were enormously gifted. And then finally, 20 years ago, I guess it was, women were allowed to take full ordination.
I
And
recommend the
several
movie, The Philadelphia 11.
Oh, yeah.
They give a sense of how hard it is to change a culture.
It was so hard.
Not dissimilar.
But and as a matter of fact, now there are a substantial number of women who are bishops, which is,
Yeah.
and actually one was sort of the equivalent of the highest Lama, because she was actually head of the church in the United States. So it's the same sort of. It's slow, that's all. It's hard, very hard.
Hard and it's hard and it's exhausting sometimes.
Yes, it is.
Because you have the vision and you have the dynamic, but you can only, in the end, we can only change ourselves. And so it really, a lot of it is in this appearance as a female, persistence and patience, and you can't burn out, you can't lose keeping the butter lamp going.
That's right, you do. Difficulty. Thank you. I'm hearing, and also my mother was born in 1904, and she went to college, outside of Maine. She went to Mount Holyoke. Huge deal. It was a huge deal. And her sister went to Colby, and it was a huge deal in the 20s for young women to be educated beyond the secondary school.
Yeah, well, still less than a quarter of the world's women can read at night. Less than a quarter. I mean, it's unconscionable.
So there's a job for us all.
Well, for all of us educated people, yeah. I mean, to hold that commitment and to push to keep that going.
And when we think of how kind the nuns are to do rituals for us, to make donations,
yes.
equal donations to the nuns.
Yes.
Not think the nuns do prayers less well than the monks.
All of those things. And the sand mandala was still.
Oh, I mean, that's I lived at Jetsama Tenzin Palma's nunnery. Some of you heard of her, the nun that did the long page retreat. With, I said, why doesn't anyone just stand up at any debate and say, Fiji Charachishan, what gender is the mind? On the debate. So we have a lot of ways that we joke to keep ourselves,
You have to. It's a
That's
sport.
the Queen Simla in the scriptures, the lion's roar.
oh yes. Well, I can't profess to be very, very prophetically versed in the sutras, but they touch my heart because I know my view, I feel, is quite in accordance with that. Because the Buddha was quite radical in his own age.
Oh, yes.
It was the women, it was his mother who raised him, his stepmother, but really his birth mother died 7 days after giving birth. And his auntie became his stepmother, was already married to the king, and raised him and loved him. And then his wife, the stories, they had a long other lifetime karmic commitment. Yes, she knew he would come back after he left to go pursue his enlightenment, and said, please don't, come back for us. When the little baby, his son, was young, he said, I promise when I find what I'm looking for, I'm coming back for everybody. And so when he came back to the kingdom, the only one who didn't immediately want to sign up was his father, who was still sour that his son, the prince, didn't want to become the king. But his mother, his wife, and his son immediately all wanted to join the Sangha. Only Rahul, his son, could join. But the mother, after asking them 3 times, many ladies from the court who were the educated ones, and his wife, they all just cut their hair and gave up their jewels and their clothing and started following him until they just said to his attendant, go and ask him again, Ananda, go and ask him. That story I know from the sutra. The Buddha says, Ananda, who's attendant, what's all that noise? He said, the ladies have walked, now 300 miles to request again, please make us nuns. And then he was quiet. Buddha didn't say anything. And then Ananda asked him, was it because they can't attain? And the Buddha very clearly says, no, of course that has nothing to do with it. Of course, anyone who practices sincerely can attain. And then his cousin said, well, why won't you let them go forth towards that goal? Meaning, they'd given up the house, let them join the Sangha. Then he just said, well, bring in Mahaprajna Pati, and talked and gave her a talk and gave her some extra rules. As we follow these extra ones, if I give them to you, then I will establish the female Sangha. So before that, no one, that's still a very radical thing to imagine 2,600 years later, and for anyone who's ever been to India, it's still a very hard place to be born female. And only the Jain community had a female Sangha to that point, so it was, it was quite, if we want to talk about feminism, it was quite feminist.
Women were property at that time.
Oh, yeah.
So to leave home and to have your own spiritual life, that was,
That was already a step of liberation, right? Just yeah, it was radical.
It's interesting sometimes, like at the Bhajapati, people say, well, why are we focused on helping the nuns? Because the nuns need the help. The monks have huge amounts of support.
Yes.
And
That's
the
like
younger,
women's education everywhere.
I was going to say, the younger monks often these days tend to be very supportive. The generational thinking has shifted quite a bit, I found.
It's not only the generational thinking, it's, for the Tibetans, they're refugees. So there's the monastic life is the pure gem. And afraid to make changes too fast, let the culture change too fast when everything else is changing.
They're being protective. It makes sense.
This is such a common issue in culture and everything. Women having to row against the tide. So, great appreciation for those who have doing so. And also, equally, the group that's been doing some work in Cambodia for many years, based in the States, working to educate girls in Cambodia. And again,
that too is a common issue across the globe,
Mm.
that girls are not favored for
The girls'
education.
education.
And, so even having the vision and the passion and the determination
Mhm.
to really break ground the way you have,
Mhm.
you know, to do something so new,
New.
so big.
Mhm.
It's really a great thing. So much appreciation.
Thank you.
Before we
Thank
go
you.
further, just for the people online,
Mhm.
they can't hear this discussion, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna close this with
Mhm.
that, unfortunately, because it's so delightful. So, Bodhicitta, excellent and precious Mama, where is born